Moving along with our Brawloween decks, today it's going to be Red Black Vampires with my Those Who Are Damned deck. Let's go in there and fight alongside these bloodsuckers and see what we can do to our opponents. Alright, this is my Those Who Are Damned deck, and if you get the name, you know a little bit about the Queen of the Damned movie from years ago. So anyways, here comes Florian, Voldaren Scion. For 1 black red, you get a Vampire Noble that's a 3/3 with first strike. That says at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, look at the top X cards of your library where X is the total amount of life your opponents have lost this turn. Exile one of the cards and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and you can play the card until the end of the turn. And then after that, it gets exiled. So you're going to take advantage of, smashing your opponent in the face with, just tons of vampire aggro and a little bit of direct damage as well and life loss and that kind of stuff. So the deck, I've broken it out like I usually do. I have protection and ways of getting things back for Florian. So we have, Malachir Rebirth and Feign Death are two of my most common ones in black. I have Blood Fountain because it synergizes by creating blood tokens for us as well. And then we also get 2 creatures back with it later. My removal column, which is all, Meathook Massacre, Crux of Fate, Languish, Crippling Fear, Infernal Grasp, Feed the Swarm, Bone Shards, Bloodchief's Thirst, your usual black removal spells, which all come in handy, as you will see in this gameplay video. We have Village Rites, Deadly Dispute, and Black Market Connections as a little bit of extra card draw to go with the extra card advantage we're getting off of Florian. Our Mana Rock selection is my usual Rogues Gallery of things, and then we also have the bonus of Herald's Horn in here since this is a tribal deck. You name Vampire, you can get extra cards off of it, and it makes your vampires a little bit cheaper, which does come in handy. And then Heraldic Banner gives you a little bit of a asymmetrical Lord effect. If you name Black, it hits most of the vampires in the deck. There's only a couple mono red vampires. Everything else has got black in it. And then these 2 columns here are all vampires. That's what they are. They're all vampires of red-black variety. And I just kind of selected what I felt fit the deck theme. We're going for aggressive and just pounding stuff into the ground with these vampires. Bloodtithe Harvester for removal and blood token synergy. Gifted Aetherborn's good on defense and offense. Cordial Vampire pumps our vampires because as they start to die, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Same thing with Indulgent Aristocrat up here at the top. You can sacrifice a creature to put counters on all of your vampires. Knight of the Ebon Legion is just good because it represents a threat of being able to be pumped over and over again in the late game, and it goes well in the early game. Vampire Dire Moon, just a little lifelink Death Toucher. It's just good. Vicious Conquistador, if you can't quite get through, his little ping is a nice little reach to get you a card off of Florian sometimes. Pit Fighter will get you cards as your vampires are going to die in combat. You can just sacrifice them and start drawing cards. Neonate, you can sack it as well and draw a card. The play I like to do with him is shove him in front of a lifelinker and sack him before damage so they don't get their lifelink. Your standard Epicure. Blood Artist, of course, is here. Dusk Legion Zealot is a little bit of card draw as well. Null Priest of Oblivion can act kind of in the protection scheme as well to get Florian back or get somebody back that you need later. Interloper is just a good evasive creature to fly over the top. Vermin Gorger gives you a little bit of reach. It also synergizes with the Cordial Vampire. So you can sack something, shoot them in the face for 2. You're going to get the 2 damage with Florian to trigger, and the Cordial Vampire will trigger, making everything bigger as well. Bloodcaster, as stuff's dying, you get blood tokens, so you know how this one goes, plus it gives you a 2/1 flyer that goes over the top. We already talked about these guys, and in this row, Zagreus, Thief of Heartbeats. There's enough party creatures kind of scattered about in the deck that he can get a little bit cheaper that way. He has Flying, Death Touch, and Haste, but he also gives all your other stuff Death Touch. That's kind of the big thing here. It makes it so your opponents are kind of a little more reluctant to block, so you can get that card advantage off of Florian. Westgate Regent is just a good beater. If they don't deal with it, it's going to kill them eventually, because if they can't block it, it's done double its power and toughness. Champion of Dusk, if you have a board full of little vampires, you slam him down and draw a bunch of cards. Bishop of the Bloodstained, in reverse of the champion, If you have a bunch of little vampires on the board and you slam this down, you can, burn your opponent in the face for, 4 or 5 damage in a go, and then get the cards off of Florian as well. Predator, just a good all-around vampire dragon in this case, and he gets bigger as the game goes along, and he can be really hard to get rid of without exile. Anya, Maid of Dishonor, and no, I don't care how Gavin Verhey pronounces her name. I'm saying it how I think it should be pronounced. She creates blood tokens as you go, and she can fling them to do damage. So if you can't quite punch through, do 2 damage to them, get the cards off of Florian, and just keep the game flow going. And you just got to make sure you can only do that, get the blood token trigger off of it once a turn. So bear that in mind. And then you got Twilight Prophet. As you get the City's Blessing, which is 10 permanents or more in the game, every upkeep you get to burn them for damage, and you get more cards out of it. I mean, it's just a really good card. Thirsting Bloodlord. Hey, welcome to the jank pile cards I'm throwing in here. It's a Lord card that's in our colors. That's basically the whole reason behind it. Since we don't have Vampire Nocturnus in Arena, I thought, okay, what's the next best thing? It's this. We also have Sanctum Seeker. Again, we're trying to just be aggressive, and if you slam this down and you swing, you're going to add in an extra damage per creature and gain that life back as well. Kalida's Trader of Get, as their stuff dies, you get zombies. You can sacrifice anything that you have on your side of the board to make him bigger, and it gives you a little bit of life link to replace some of the life you've lost to some of your life pay abilities in the deck. Nighthawk Scavenger, it gets bigger depending on what kind of stuff's in their yard. So as you're killing their stuff, this is going to grow. And, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I've seen this thing as big as, I think I had a 7 or 8 power one when I was messing around earlier. Drana, Liberator of Malakir, flying first strike, 2/3. She hits with the first strike damage. The counters will go on all your attacking creatures, and then they will deal damage. So remember that. In terms of like what gets blocked, it can really mess the combat math up for your opponent. Nocturnal Feeder, if it dies, you lose. They lose 2, you gain 2, so that's another way to get a little extra damage to get the Florian triggers going. Forebearer flies over the top and can come back. Arrogant Outlaw, you can swing into your opponent or burn them and then slam him down. Then you get some extra stuff off of him. Vampire Socialite, as they take damage, your stuff gets bigger. Nothing wrong with that. And then I have just the synergy pile. Vampire's Kiss deals damage, creates blood tokens, works really well here. Hungry for More makes a vampire token and gives you a little bit of life at the same time. Invitation can make something unblockable, so if you really need those cards off of Florian, make something unblockable and punch through. Gruesome Fate, sometimes just be a finisher. You have a bunch of little stuff laying around, burn them to death with it. Soren, he can make your vampires bigger, he can burn your opponents with the 3 damage, or he can just slam one of your really expensive vampires like the Champion of Dusk onto the board so you get them out a little earlier and get those things rolling sooner. Sword Point Diplomacy. With Florian on the board, it's like, okay, you can either give me these cards or you can give me 3 more to look at off of Florian's ability. It's just a good synergy piece. Arterial Flow, same thing. You'd make them discard, they lose 2 life, and then you get to look at cards with Florian. This creates a Blood Artist. It's the only reason I'm using it, and it synergizes with all of the blood tokens we're messing around with. Death Priest of Miracle. It's another Lord card in our colors. That's the only reason I'm running it. You don't have to if you don't want to. Up to you. And then that's all the cards other than the lands, Voldaren Estate, all of the dual black lands here. And then you just get into your basic mountains and swamps. And then I threw... Actually, I just realized I didn't throw in a couple of lands I could do. But that's the deck for now, and let's get to the gameplay I hope you enjoy. Jodah the Unifier. So, welcome back to where I'm a dumbass, and I've just recorded for the last hour and 15 minutes, and I had the wrong camera mode turned on. So, I'm just like, oh, I just played like 5 games and did not actually get any of the video of them. I just got the audio part. Oops. So, yeah, that's been fun. I'm going to do the tramway station because I have no reason not to. Crust. I mean, it's a mana rock for that deck. Hopefully I can do better this game than the last time I played against Jodah, because I got completely wrecked. This will be my third game against Jodah today, counting the two that I messed the recording up on. And I so hate this deck. Like, I hate playing against it because you either get them before they get out their humongous legends, you have the removal to get rid of said humongous legends, or you just get steamrolled. There's no in between. Alright. So I really don't want to play Florian yet. I think I just want to build up a board full of stuff. It's 4 work. Been a while since I've played with Knight of the End of Legion. I couldn't remember what the damage threshold is. Alright, he's still looking for mana, apparently, which I don't see how. Alright, well that's an easy Blood Chief's Thirst. Because he messes with all sorts of stuff in my deck. So alright, we get the counter this time. I'm sure Jodah's coming. There he is. There's that royal pain in my neck. Alright, let's do Florian. And let's go with these three, because he's not going to block one, he can't block the other two. Oh, hey, it's Bone Shards. Do I want to do that? I think I really want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. Bone Shards. Discard a card. We'll discard the we'll discard the Bantus. The other one needs to be a card. I mean, there were some other options in there that would have been good to cast right there, but killing Jodah is almost priority number 1 against this dumb deck. Because he either spends time building up his other legends, or he spends time getting it back online. Okay. That's okay. Let's see here. And again, he's got 1, 2. He can't block 4 damage. Let's go ahead and do Dusk Legion Zealot. Alright. We'll just send these. I mean, he pretty much has to block that. Take action, and we'll go ahead and drop the Epicure. And I'll go ahead and cycle this land, because I don't... Alright, there's a Crux. That's good to have. If he doesn't have a board wipe, he's dead anyways, but... Alright, there's Jodah. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna be the big jerk here and kill it again. I hate that deck so damn much. It's party time! Nalia Agonies. Alright, so... This is actually a decent opening hand. It's got mana rocks, it's got acceleration, and it's got a little bit of discard in it, too. But I am on the draw. Hey, they actually said hello. We'll say hello back. Let's play the estate and play the city. Oh, and the fountain. Let's be mana efficient when we can. Scabby. Alright. Let's go ahead and play Anya. Wow. Okay. Well, that is a thing that happened. There's Fiend's Informant. Archives, wow. He went like full on into that party time deck. Alright. We're gonna pitch the mountain, because I got all the red in the world that I need. Apparently I have more swamps too. Let's go ahead and get rid of that too. Holy shit. Okay. Let's go ahead and arterial flow them. Get rid of both those cards. Work the Grave and a squad commander. Alright, that is well worth my trouble. What do we got mana-wise here? 3. So I can do an Arrogant Outlaw too. So, more blocking action and that. Probably a good thing I got rid of that squad commander, because holy crap, that deck can go nuts. Alright, let's see here. Guess we'll go ahead and drop this. And, you know what, screw it. I'm swinging, because he needs to keep his party alive in order to actually get her to do stuff. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, I want the Westgate region. And I'll go ahead and play a mountain, because I can. Like, that pile of cards just made me happy. Alright, he's got party now. This is gonna get ugly. Oh, he didn't swing. Huh. Okay. So, what do I do with that? I could just sweep the board and not give a damn. Okay. Take action. I'll go ahead and play a Harvester. And I do have the Blood Fountain to get some of that stuff back. But being able to disrupt party time over there is a good thing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and swing. If he wants to block it, I'm not opposed. We'll go ahead and just take the land so I can play it and get something out of it. And then I can cycle the blood token off of the swamp. God damn. Didn't I just sweep this frickin' board? Holy shit. is freaking psychotic. Uh-oh. What's that? I got a moment. Let's go ahead and Vampires Kiss them. And what the hell do I hit? That. I guess I get a land. There's that bus for you to fall under, my little vampire. I should have pitched that last turn, but that alarms messed me up. Let's go ahead and, while we have the mana open, let's Infernal Grass. What? A 5/5. And set off the Blood Fountain. Let's go get Westgate and a Harvester, because I need the removal. Bring it on down. And again. And again. And again. Yeah, let's go ahead and swing. Man, he wants to block with his star people at this point. I have no qualms. We'll do the Blood Crypt. Just because I can bring it out, not untapped. Since I have no reason to have it untapped. Uh-oh. Well, on the upside, he doesn't have Party. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna kill the Angel. Because I can punch Westgate through. Scavenger looks good. Come on, man. Unfortunately, I'm low on time. But I do have lethal on the board. So he has Party again, so that is not to be denied. Nalia is going to get blocked, and that's, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah, I'll just take the rest. Good game. Let's go ahead and swing. GG. Survive party time. Damn. Jodah the Unifier. God, I keep running into this deck. No matter what deck I play, I run into it. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's got a good curve to it. Like, I feel like I just want to come up with a deck that is just specific to just smashing this deck. I don't know. It's so strange. It's very popular and it has such explosive stuff. It's almost like Mirum, where it's very explosive, and if they just get the right combination of cards, it doesn't really matter what you draw, you're going to get ran right over, and it doesn't make for very fun gameplay. I think I'm gonna play the Rock, and I'm gonna play the Forebear. Because it's kind of like the least I care about if it gets killed by something. Oh, I can't block anyways, so. Though I have never seen a Lannery Storm in a deck like this before. I'm gonna go with Florian. I'm gonna swing. Kind of hoping to nail a land here so I can just use an arterial flow. Ooh. Dang it. I don't want to lose Sworn though either. So that doesn't do much good. The alternative here is to play the 2 here and then do the, because he can't play both Jodah and something out of his hand next turn. So I think the better play is actually do the Bloodcaster and the Indulgent Aristocrat. Because if I get a land next turn, I can actually do Thirsting Bloodlord and the Arterial Flow. So, I mean, that's basically his entire turn. I'm not going to block it. Okay, it's not an untapped land. We're not going to play it. What we're going to do is we're going to play the Thirsting Bloodlord to pump everything. And then I'm going to swing with the 2 flyers, because that'll dig me 7 deep. I'm pretty much guaranteed to hit something good. Okay, there's a Bone Shard here. That might actually be worth using to get rid of Jodah and slow down his game plan, rather than screwing around with the Arterial Flow. So, let's see here. Yeah, let's take the Bone Shards. We'll go ahead and we'll discard a card. I don't need to use the Scry on that. I'll keep the flow, though. And then we'll end the turn. See, he just spent his entire turn doing this again. That's the best part. So now, this comes down to, can I kill him from where he sits? Because I have 7. I can do 8, 9, 10, 11 to him guaranteed next turn. I'm going to take the hit. I'm not going to block. So I need everything alive right now. Okay. That's a good pitch card for the blood tokens. 7/7. Let's go to combat. Not going to go all in on this one. I might get a removing spell off the top. said. Removal. Let's go ahead and do the Bloodchief's Thirst. Kick it. There we go. No need to try to go all in. Just gotta get rid of Jodah. That works. Queza, Augur of Agonies. Alright. Person after my own heart. I love that card. I mean, I got stuff to make things cheaper and a removal spell. But I know they're playing blue and it's likely going to have counter magic involved. I'll keep it. I have no idea what this hand's going to do. So, might as well give it a whirl and see what happens. Oh, hey, what do you know? Pull the one drop out of my butt anyways. Alright, there's a forebearer. And that leaves a removal spell up if I need it for their turn. And depending on what they play, next turn is either going to be the... Okay, it's probably going to be the Herald's Horn. So, because they didn't play anything that's, like, uber threatening. Though, there's something to be said for playing Sorin into Zagreus right now. No. At this point, I think I'm still going Herald's Horn. Naming Vampire, of course. This way. Because as long as this sticks around, I get pseudo card advantage out of it. Okay, yeah, he just keeps, getting card stuff, so... Alright, at this juncture... I think the play is actually going to be Florian. Play my land, and then play the forebearer. Because the key I found with this deck is you kind of have to keep the gas going unless they have, massive removal. Take action, because I don't have a way of getting it back just yet. It's fine. I'll take lands. I'm not going to get that back. Death Touch Lifelink, okay. So, let us... I have to think this out. I think the play is actually going to be... Do I do that and then get that back and then leave? Yeah, I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to Vampire's Kiss them. Is that sorcery speed? Oh no, it's not. It's not sorcery speed. Never mind. I don't have to do it right now. Usually those kind of abilities are at sorcery speed. So I don't have to expose it. Okay. First non-creature. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to play the forebearer out of the graveyard. And I'm going to kill that. I don't care if they get a card off of it. Whatever. Reveal that. Because I want the extra cards. Alright. So... let's do what? Ebon Knight is in the graveyard. I don't really need him. So I guess let's go Florian. And swing with this. Let's see what we get. Nothing I really want to exile, but, I guess it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to get to cast any of it. So... And then... Let's just go ahead and do Falcon Wrath Pitfire. If he has a way to blow my board up, well, so be it. Alright, so he took the forebearer away. is okay. Now I have a warrior, so Zagreus gets twice as cheap. So if I would play that, he'd actually get another cheaper. But the effect on this isn't very good. That leaves me with 2 mana open. And he's got that profane procession, but that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would put him at 3. Let's go ahead and do Zagreus. Swing wide. I'm going to dig super deep into the deck. God, none of this really matters. I guess I'll do a swamp. And we'll end the turn. So he's at 2 because of the Phyrexian Arena. So unless he, well, that actually doesn't matter. Unless he gains a bunch of life, my next play, let's just go over this real fast. My next play would have either been, if he wipes the board, Sorin, play this and fling it at his head. Or I could just play this and blast him with that. I mean, either way. Or attacking if he didn't kill him. So I had a lot of outs there.